What's up, guys? Welcome to, I forgot the episode, it doesn't matter. But what does matter is we have world class jiu jitsu technique for you. Even though today's is the gi, and it's actually going to work well because of the contrast between the so you can see the sort of the entanglement of his arm relative to my legs. I thought maybe it would work on omoplata because, first of all, it is an extremely important technique. People tend to ignore it because it doesn't work well for them. And the reason I believe it doesn't work well for them is because they don't really understand it well enough, and they don't have enough sort of, first of all, they don't do it precisely enough. And second of all, even if they do it precisely, they don't necessarily have good follow-ups, which now puts them in a position that when they hit it, it's the guy escapes free and clear and nothing happens. So a lot of people ignore it. Actually, I saw in ADCC, in the World Championship, that even like I consider these guys the highest level of the sport. And by the way, I consider this an art rather than a sport, but that's an athletic event. Making mistakes. I saw like whenever. So basically, the reason why I spend so much time on it, actually, this is probably one of the most common positions that I find myself in, is attacking omoplata, because the guy on top usually gives you omoplata every time you put somebody in danger from your guard. That's sort of a default kind of way for them to, okay, I need to move my head away. Here's my arm because I know you're not going to get it. Well, guess what? They're wrong. You will get it. If you have to drill this, guys. Just watching this is not going to help you. You need to drill this, play around with this. So I saw guys, when they go for the omoplata, they kind of want, and it's like one of these kind of, this is very, so look, this positioning is not good. My feet are nowhere near in a threatening position. You flex your ankles like this. There is no pressure on his arm, no shoulders. So there is no need for Keon to deal with this. All he needs to do is posture up and turn to me. And it's gone. So first thing you need to do is when you attack, guys, what I usually do is straighten out my ankle. So now this puts him at a significant risk. So straighten out and turn to me. It's much more difficult. It's not impossible, but it's much more difficult. This is what I want. The other reason I want it like this, first of all, it keeps the angle. So instead of the angle of the leg, where the bend is with the knee, keeps the angle much more acute, much sharper, which is much harder for him to just pull out his arm. It also allows you to bring your legs lower. And now I'm in a position to sort of start attacking the omoplata, be it, depending, now he has to deal with it. Before, when it was kind of here, he doesn't have to kind of deal with it, just turn. Now he has to deal with it. Now he has to, yeah, he's going to try to posture up. I know, but now he's going to have to put a lot more effort into it. And we're going to go, so if he tries to posture up, all I do is just go into perpendicular omoplata. This is one of my favorite attacks from split guard. But it doesn't matter what the setup is. It could be from a failed triangle. First thing you need to do is this. The other reason why you're doing that, I believe, first of all, this puts much strong pressure on his arm, and now he has to deal with it in more sort of more serious way, which allows you to do some follow-ups. But also, a lot of times, what happens is as you're setting it up, and you go into this, he starts to either walk his hips into you, and then he rolls. That's okay, because as he rolls, I go with him. And from here, I have a couple options. One of them is obviously just to let him go and take the top side control. But most importantly, imagine if my feet were like this. So as I go, and my feet are like this. This, and I try to place them like this potentially, there's a threat to your, I don't know, is it, not femur, what is it?
Tibia?
Tibia, yeah. This could actually sort of either people, so this folding your legs underneath him literally just gets him out of the way. Normally, if I'm going to attack the omoplata, if I want to go for the finish, I'm going to get him out of the way, away from him, but I'm still have my feet kind of in this position. You saw how quickly that brought his head down. That is one of the most important things, is to bring the guy's head down. So we start with this. If I'm on his right side. This leg is not so, this one can go perpendicular. It helps me sit up. It helps, or I just fold them out of the way. So you guys, you can do these drills at home, but these are very important. You need to start first with a serious threat. Once the threat is serious, we have several follow-ups. Okay? So let's go through them. So Keon, we're battling. A lot of times the guy has his hands either on you, on your hip, pull, we're in split guard. From here, this, if he does not turn away and he gives me, so now I start to threaten. If he allows me to, I'm gonna go for the finish. Okay, this is a finish. But if he doesn't, if he starts to posture up, I go into perpendicular omoplata. You want details, guys, on this? You can check out, I did an episode and instructional with Firaz Zahabi on jujiclub.com with him on this. But my game has also evolved significantly. Actually, probably like among the top guys. So I have a pool of about 15 people I train with. Most of them are either brown or black belts. Omoplata is probably the most number one, and some of them more flexible ones like Aaliyah, and they give me these kind of weird backwards touchdown, where I trap both arms. That's an anomaly, but we're going to start with something a little bit more basic. Okay? So start with a good attack. If he starts to push into you, no problem. I just go with it. Wind up on top. From here, I can back step into a reverse triangle and then attack the arm, however it is. Or I just turn to him and now I have a sweep. That's one of the biggest things you need to do, is make sure that your omoplata is not just a submission, but also a sweep. And we're out of time, guys. Guys, this is extremely important for you. I know a lot of people have given up on omoplata. Do not give up. This is going to be, especially once you get into more advanced stages of jiu-jitsu, meaning purple and above, you will be in omoplata positions to attack them and sort of follow up with them all the time. I like to make a t-shirt, all roads lead to omoplata. Guys, we're going to go to the app side now. By the way, this is pre-recorded, so don't punch your screen like trying to ask questions. Again, because I'm traveling heavily, and then if I don't think the audio is going to be adequate enough, we pre-record.